Hi guys, Jason here. Welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. So today we are doing the Taylormade P790, and this is the players distance sector. It's quite a busy sector and quite a profitable sector when it comes to all manufacturers, because this is the kind of sector that people want to go to, which won't be full blade, but wants to have something that's going to have a little bit of punch to it, a little bit of forgiveness to it, but don't want to go into the massive chunky game improvement sector. So packed full of technology in this Taylormade head. I'm going to quickly go through a few things that are in here before we go and give it a hit. Speed foam technology in this thing is 69% lighter than its previous version of speed foam, which effectively gives a 3.5 gram weight saving, which they say they're putting it low as far back as they possibly can do to increase and help launch as best they can. A thin wall construction, that's the 8620 carbon steel frame chassis, which they're saying is 37.5% stronger in strategic locations. And the one other thing they're saying is it's got a 1.5mm 4140. Metallurgists go crazy down the comment section to tell everybody exactly what that means. But anyone who knows about faces, 1.5mm is a blooming thin. They're saying it for extreme flexibility and fast ball speeds. Well, 1.5mm it will be. And whilst upholding a premium forged feel. Yeah, we'll test that. They've got the through slot speed pocket, this little wondrous thing that's been in Taylormade's design now for quite some time. So generally speaking, if a company stays with something this long, it's because it works. And the tungsten mass for lower centre of gravity, 31 grams, up to 31 grams has been lumped in the toe section of these irons to try and increase forgiveness as best as they possibly can do. Remember, when it comes to forgiveness, guys, I do what I believe somewhat unique testing when it comes to forgiveness. I do hit this all over the face to get an idea how this performs. So we'll hit middle, yes, that's great, but then we hit it off the toe, heel, high, low, all that kind of idea to see what kind of drop-offs that you get, to see how forgiving this thing is. All right, so let's go on a hole. Let's go have a bit of fun. Let's go hit it a few times. And remember, this is a forged feeling iron. We'll give that a test. Go have some fun hitting it into a green, and let's go see how this new P790 gets on. Data set now changed. We have it at Willow Crest, hole 13. It's a par 3. I've got it at 176. It is the same hole that I've done and I will do for the rest of the entire range, for continuity purposes. Right, so P790, the big brother. So we've got decent top lines. We've got sort of medium-ish soles, not massive, not thin. Blade lengths aren't too big actually. A little bit of offset. So down by the golf ball, you can see a little bit of offset there, but nothing too bad whatsoever. Yep, that's not the middle. That's not the middle. That's a little bit low on the face. I could feel that one. That is not fair on the golf club. That is me. 9mm low. Good dynamics, good everything else, just a touch low on the face. So yeah, we are going to get suppressed distance from that one. I mean, okay, Taylormade are saying that they're moving weight around in the head to try and protect against shots like that. And it, to be fair, it did pretty well. Efficiency dropped down a little bit, 1.32, because of the 9mm low. Yeah, that's my fault. Else spin, 5.6, not bad considering. Not the greatest of hits for me. Slightly open, slightly toey. I am really struggling with this P790. Tried to make it rhyme. Wasn't a very good hit, wasn't a very good delivery. Now, I've got this in the KBS Tour 120 stiff, exactly the same as the Stealth, so there's no difference when it comes to shaft whatsoever. For some reason I just seem to struggle. I seem to struggle to hit this one for no reason whatsoever, apart from my grey matter between my ears. Because the sound at the moment, it's not fair to say that it's any good or not good, because that's me. Better hit, slightly toey, better hit though. Is it the right? Yeah, it's the right distance. I've got this at the right distance. It's just a case I just need to do a better job of hitting the middle. Yeah, see, that's still 11mm toe, good delivery, 172 carry, spins at 5.7. I mean, it's good. I mean, this is only 2.5 degrees weaker, sorry, than the Stealth. So Stealth at 28, this is 30.5 degrees aloft. And there's a marked difference in spin rates, even when you don't hit the middle properly. But, I mean, considering that it sounds hollow body, they have got that stuff down there. There we go, inside, which is X amount lighter, less dense, saving 3.5 grams and all this lot. Effectively just trying to fill the void, because hollow head designs do have a tendency to sound like hybrids. Because of the hollow head, you get resonance inside the head. Yeah, it's not very good. But this one here, it is louder. I must say that it is much more like a Ping Eye 525. So that's a much better hit. Much better hit. Have I got the right distance? Yeah, I've got the right distance, that's fine. Slightly baby open, which can obviously go to the right, 1 degree, but a better hit, there you go, much better hit. 1.35 efficiency, which is decent for the loft that it is, 175. Going 36 yards in the air and 49 degrees descent angle, that's more than functional. It's an interesting golf club, because at the moment I'm just, again, I'm a human being. I struggle with different things at different times. I don't normally, but for some reason I seem to be struggling a little bit more with this one, trying to get this one going where I want it to. But it feels fine. Is it remarkable in any way? I wouldn't say so. Is it remarkable in distance in any way? I wouldn't say so. But then it's not supposed to. It's not the stealth. It's not designed for raw. It's designed for a little bit of help getting the golf ball up and moving when you don't hit the middle, and so far, I've done a very good job at showing that. Right, let's go give it one last time. Yep, that's slightly tubby. I'm struggling with this thing. Go on the bunker, you deserve it. Yeah, go on, let's go hit it one more time. Can't finish on a bunker shot, can you? Just slightly overclosed and tubby. But there's something about this head that I just, for some reason, I'm going to have to take some time to get used to. That's not bad, but toey. I mean, at least from one point of view already, you can see how well it does when it comes to not being hit the middle. I mean, normally I do my forgiveness testing at the end of the video to show how forgiving something is or not. I don't, generally speaking, want to do it in this section, but right, let's go give it a load of hits. Let's go try and hit it from other parts of the face, as well as the middle, because I haven't really managed to hit the middle yet, so I once, and to see how well this thing does, because obviously this is the biggest one on the lot when it comes to the hollow head design, so it should give a little bit of help when you don't hit the middle. Let's go see exactly how well it actually does. So guys, to the number side of the video, where we have a look at how the Taylormade P790 got on when I hit it a load of times out the middle, finally, and also around the face, not just the ones that you saw on camera. It is true, I spent a little bit longer with this P790 for some unknown reason as to why it took me longer to get used to this one than anything else. Don't know why, but eventually I did. Got into a pattern of hitting it, and yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's just me not doing a very good job on camera. Anyway, so let's have a look at how this thing got on, because I got some interesting mishits as well to glean some information from. So on average, 121.2 miles an hour ball speed, launching at 19.8, which is decent, which is good. Spinning at 5.8, which is also very good. I like to see as high spin rates as possible, because especially when it comes to distance related irons, the easiest and quickest way to get a golf ball going far is by taking the spin rate off, but then you go into the green in a ballistic missile trajectory flight and then can't control it at the other end. Thankfully, this P790 doesn't do that. Spins it quite well at 15.8 and obviously launching it near 20 degrees. That's good. It does mean it's carrying at 171. It's peaking at 37 yards in the air, which is good, and 49.4 degrees descent angle, which is also very, very good. Is it the fastest? No, it's not the fastest, as in the longest iron out there. But then again, if you look at my ball speed and clubhead speed, my clubhead speed is 90.6 miles an hour, so not absolutely as fast as I can swing. Efficiency 1.34, doesn't matter what ball speed and clubhead speed you got, efficiency always wins. For this lofted iron, remember this is 30.5 degrees of loft, I was delivering 26.3, which is 4 degrees angle attack down, kind of get the idea. So 1.34 efficiency for this kind of loft isn't bad whatsoever. little baby fade dynamics, and 1 mil toe, 4 mil low is the average strike, but you can got standard deviation numbers on there as well. And if we go to the graphical representation of what I've just been saying, you can see there that is just like the graphical side of things. So some people learn easier by seeing pictures rather than streams of information. So there you go. Right, to the forgiveness side of things, because I've captured some interesting ones, and also not just the ones we caught on camera, some purposeful ones. After I got used to it. Okay, 93.3 miles an hour, so it's a fast swing, remember, so you've got to have that in your head. 164 yards, so it's dropped 7 yards off a 15 mil hill, 9 mil low. It wasn't a very good strike at all, it was a low heeler. 15 mil hill, I just got away with not hitting the hosel, but you'd get there. I mean, people do hit it there. It has dropped quite a lot of distance, considering it's a swing which is nearly 3 miles an hour faster than average. It is a lot of distance to miss out on, considering, yeah. I would say the P790 does not really like heel strikes alongside most of irons on the market. They don't like heel strikes, with the exception of the Stealth, which I've just tested, and that thing does exceptionally well off heel strikes. It really does. 89.5 miles an hour swing speed, so more so along the lines of average. Baby fade dynamics, 7 mil low, 17 heel. Yeah, I am pushing the boundaries now when it comes to how close I can get to the hosel without seeing it go off at a 45-degree angle to the right. But no, didn't hit the hosel. However, it did suppress its distance by quite a lot, and you can see there the efficiency dropped straight through the floor. 17 mil hit. It does not like heel shots. This is no surprise. Not many golf clubs ever like heel strikes, but that's why I was so surprised with the Stealth, because it does really well off heels. Doesn't like toe strikes, but it loves heel strikes. Next one, 88 miles an hour, 87.8 miles an hour. One from the inside, one closed, baby draw dynamics. 14 low. Now remember, when it comes to this P790, they've got all that extra weight and stuff helping to try and help those low strikes. Well, this was a really low strike. It's done actually quite well. Carried basically 160, so it's dropped 11 or 12 yards in carry, which is a club. But it has gone only 15.7 degrees of, so it's dropped about 3.5 degrees, 4 degrees of launch because of that low strike, which means it would go into a green and it will get there a different way. It will go in there with a little bit of a bit more of a bounce roll and that kind of idea, but it would get there. And it's done really well, considering efficiencies of 1.3 for that strike. That little speed pocket thing that Taylormade have got on there is working overtime on that one. Next one here, 19 mil toe, 4 mil low, 92.7 miles an hour swing, so slightly faster. Decent swing dynamics, so it says baby slight fade, although it's drawing a little bit from the gearing of the toe strike. And you don't normally get too much gear effect on an iron, and I won't bore you with why. I might, if you're on, no, I won't bore you with why. It's done all right. 157, it's dropped quite a bit of distance from a slightly faster swing. It's so-so. The P790, you do have to hit much closer to middle than the Stealth. So if you were to go to the Stealth iron, which is game improvement iron, you can hit it quite interesting parts of the face and get away with it. When it comes to P790, you do actually have to be a little bit more accurate with how you hit it. If not, you are going to see some distinct drop-offs. Next one here, 90.1 miles an hour, basically baby little draw dynamics when it comes to 1 degree overshot. 16 mil toe, 0 mil low, so basically perfect apart from 16 mil toe. It's gone 165, so it's dropped 6 yards from an average-ish club head speed, so that is a normal half a club from a 16 mil toe strike is what you would normally assume that's going to happen, so it's done absolutely fine. It has overdrawn. Now, the lie angle is 2.1 up, fractionally up, but 2 degrees. And then the face is overclosed by a degree. Not a lot. And it's finished 15 yards offline. That is gearing far more than I would expect it to. Now, I'm not quite saying I don't know the internal workings of the tungsten and stuff that's going to be inside this P790 head. And I don't know if any way that it's anywhere designed to be slightly draw biased, but I was finding shots when I'm hitting shots with this one that they tended to want to deviate more left than what dynamics said it should do, and especially what I felt as soon as I'm hitting it and then I'm seeing the flight and I'm going, that's drawn more than I was expecting it. So yeah, I mean again, when it comes to that, there's a lot of people that are going to greatly gain from a slightly draw dynamics flight. I've got one but last one. Catch this one. 91.8 miles an hour, 0.0, 0.0. Absolutely perfect delivery. So this would be a good one to see how it draws or not. 13 mil toe, 0 mil high. Everything else is equal. Fine, good, brilliant. It should go to target. Obviously, face and path are exactly bang on, and it is just toey. It's offline by 8 yards, 7.7 yards, so it has overdrawn by 8 yards. So again, going back to the thing that it just, how this P790 is set up, and lie angle's 0.5 down, not anything up, so it's not anything to do with that. It just seems to want to gear towards the left a little bit. Now it's not a lot, I mean, again, it's, you get used to it and then you could work that into your pattern, so it's nothing horrendous whatsoever. It's just an observation that I've seen. And then last one, 90.6 miles an hour, which is basically average, 0.3 from the inside, 0.4 open. It's got 175 yards carry and 2 mil low, 1 mil hill. Very good shot. That's just an idea of how well it will go at that speed if you hit out the middle and do everything as you should do. So average is 171. You can see there, a decent shot is 175. So all the other ones that we were showing on there, the drop-offs, that's from that being what I would see as the normal peak. But then you obviously put averages and stuff like that, because you should never use your peak as your distance that you go to when it comes to a green, because generally speaking, the worse you are, the less often you hit your peak, and the more often that you hit your mediocre. And so if you go to your peak every single time, you know what, the chances are you're going to be short every single time, which if you look at the statistics when it comes to amateur golfers, they're always short generally. And yeah, that's why. So know your yardages, but there you go. So my conclusion of P790, once you hit it properly, actually is a very good iron. It is a little bit more sensitive than I was expecting it to be. It is a full-on hollow-bodied iron, much so like a 525 or something like that. And it's not as forgiving as I thought it would be. Move around the face slightly, you're more than able and easy to get away with anything that you put into it, as long as you're not missing much. If you start moving around the face a bit too much though, it doesn't like it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad iron at all. It's a really good iron. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it once you hit it properly. And it performs really well. It goes up really high. It's very, very good. It's got great stopping power. It's got all those things. It's got great spin rates to it. It is not like the stealths where they go in a bit more like a ballistic missile trajectory. It is a properly good iron. My only concerns are its slight deficiencies in forgiveness when it comes to mapping around the face. You move a little bit too far extremes and it will drop off quite considerably quite quickly, but as long as you're a decent-ish ball striker, yeah, if you're looking for control going into a green and a solid impact feel, I mean, it's not soft by no stretch of imagination, but it's a really, really satisfying whack when you hit it. It's a really, really good iron. So yeah, make of that what you wish. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, thumbs up down there. Go on, YouTube likes it, so do I. Next to it is a little red button. It's free. It helps the channel out no end if you would subscribe. Thank you very much. And also next to it is a little bell icon. That's a notification bell, and that will let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.